Gameover86, guys, coming back with another video, and today all I'm going to be talking to you guys about is why do people want the bare minimum when it comes to a gaming console. I am going to talk about why people want 4K 60. I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and my ideas and my opinions on why people are still kind of confused or don't understand fully why they want the bare minimum from their certain platforms, from their certain company, from their certain developers. So I'm going to get into that right now, guys. But before I do, if you guys like this video at the end, please share this video. Give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it the thumbs down. If you want to leave me a comment down below, let me know what you guys think about this video. I will get back to you also. And if you guys want to subscribe to this channel, hit the subscribe button, guys. Make sure you guys follow me on this wonderful journey we call YouTube. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, okay, guys? So a lot of people, guys, are talking about 4K 60 at least being bare minimum in their console for next gen. And in my opinion, I don't see it 4K 60 being the bare minimum because the developers still are having to be bottlenecked and throttled by consoles rather than how a PC would run. They build the game unlocked everything so that in a PC you can literally do whatever you want in it. And I understand a lot of people don't want to go down that route. A lot of people will say, well, Gameover86, I can't afford a PC. But then it's the same people that bought the Xbox One original, the Xbox One S, and the Xbox One X, the PS4, the PS4 Pro. It's the same people that bought a Nintendo Wii, a Nintendo Wii U, a GameCube, a PlayStation 3 Fat, a PlayStation 3 Slim, a PlayStation 3 Slide Out, an Xbox 360 Original Arcade Edition, an Xbox 360 Elite, Xbox 360 Slim S version. It's the same people that spend almost $1,500 on gaming consoles anyway throughout a generation. $1,200 to $1,000 to $1,200 can get you a really good gaming PC. $600, $700, $800 can get you a really decent PC, probably console style, if not a little bit better than console with more different features on it that you can do to it. Now, I'm not saying that you guys that are watching the video are doing this, but you know who you are that are watching this video. So for the people that want to leave that down in the comment, and if you own all these consoles, like some people are like, oh, I can't afford a PC, it's too expensive. It's not when you compare to how much you've spent on a gaming console. But when I see all these people, and I see a lot of people getting confused because they haven't probably experienced PC gaming. They haven't experienced a lot of the games at their full potential. They've only experienced games at their bare minimum. So the new Tomb Raider I bought, I didn't buy it on PC, I bought it on my Xbox One X. For the simple fact, for me, is I have kids and I can't go in here to game personally because I have to watch them and take care of them as well. Not only do YouTube, but to game out there. So a lot of my gaming time in here is only on the weekends or at nighttime when I ever get to experience that stuff. But the point I'm getting at is if you play it on the PC, it's 4K unlocked. And on the Xbox One X, it's 4K 30 and 1080p 60. And I'm fine with it. This ain't a complaint about anything, but that's what I'm trying to get at. A lot of people expect 4K 60 for their bare minimum on a console. And what they're not understanding is to get that feature, bare minimum, you're going to have to spend anywhere between $600 to $800 to $900 for that. A gaming console nowadays is not going to be $500 or up. It's going to be $450 or $400 and down, bare minimum. A lot of people want, I mean, I want a Ferrari, but it's not like I'm going to go out and be able to get one. I want my Dodge Ram to run like a freaking, a Lamborghini. It's like everybody wants but they don't want to spend the price to upgrade it to play it. They just want the bare minimum. Well, that's why you get the bare minimum. That's why you get these games that run at 4K 60, or barely. One game, I think Forza 7 runs it, but it's not even consistent, and it's not true 4K. It's native. It's not even native true 4K. It's just a version of 4K. So for people that keep saying it's true 4K, it's not. It's not. Trust me on that. It's not. I know a lot of people will argue that point until the day until they're blue in the face. I'm just letting you guys know that it's very hard to push 4K 60 on a PC that's way more powerful than a gaming console out to date. I can push 4K 60 on my GTX 1080 about, like I said, 66 to 75 frames in between, give or take. I can sometimes push it a little bit higher to 80, 85, and I've hit 90 once, but I had to drop a lot of other features and settings on the game that I've played and tried. But that's on my gaming PC and on a monitor that can run at least 120 hertz. A lot of your TVs are 60 hertz or 120 hertz. So to even produce 4K at an image, you at least need a 120 hertz TV, which there are people that have. But I'm pushing it on a 240 hertz monitor. And for people that don't know what that is, and I know I'm going to sound crazy when I say that, but every hertz is like a frame. So a 60 hertz TV is supposed to be 60 frames. A 120 hertz TV can be 120 frames. But that doesn't mean your console can push that. That's just what your TV can run at. And it doesn't mean that what you're putting through your console is going to be exactly what's through your TV, because there's latency issues, there's lag between the TV than there is a monitor. That's why most people play on a 24 to 27 to 32 inch gaming monitor when they game on a PC, because it gives them the most, it gives them the best view. It's big enough for them not to have to scroll back and forth. You know, you got refresh time, you got all that stuff in effect that actually helps with the actual overall performance and your gaming, I guess I should say your gaming thoughts, your gaming ways. So you get to experience the game at a top 10 level. And on consoles, I'm not saying you don't get to experience great games. I'm not saying that you don't get to play great games. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is for the people out there that think you're going to get 4K bare minimum 60, or at least 1080 bare minimum 60, we should be asking more for our platform of choice or our developers out there. Or I shouldn't even say developers, just the basics. Sony, Xbox, and even Nintendo. Because Nintendo, it's 2018 and their Switch runs at not even 1080p docked. I think it's like 940. Hell, I don't know, 900p. And it's like 720p undocked. And it's 2018. Like, I understand they've always been different, but that's kind of ridiculous there. And then the Xbox, you know, it runs, well, the Xbox One X, they say runs 4K, but it's only ran like certain games at 4K. And they never said how many frames. So a lot of people are like, oh, it runs at 4K. Yeah, but it's 30 frames. So like, if it's a single player game, which a lot of Xbox games aren't, it's not that fun. There's a night and day difference between 60 frames and 30 frames, honest to God. And then when you go from PC, it's a night and day difference from 60 frames to 120 or 130 frames or 150 frames to 240 frames. I mean, it's just so much smoother. It just looks crisper. It just feels like you're not a robotic moving in a laggy world, okay? And when I see all this, and I see the PlayStation too, the PlayStation as well, it upscales. It uses generate image to where it can upscale the image. It's not even using that much power. They don't have to use that much stuff to generate that image. But it's like, we should be wanting more than this. But a lot of the games that run at 1080p 60, I mean, they have figured that out. But like, when people are like, oh, I can run most of my games at 1080p 60, that's been able to be done on PC for the last 10, 15 years, or 10 years at least. Even more than 10 years. Hell, I forgot it was 2018. I mean, it's been going on for a while. And a lot of people are like wanting the bare minimum that PC's been experiencing for years. If you think that you're going to get 4K 60 out of your console next gen, you should think again. Not every game's going to run at 4K 60 for two reasons. One, the price would be dramatically more increased, and they wouldn't sell as many consoles, and more people can't afford it, or they wouldn't buy it. So that means they would have to dummy it down again just to meet standards of people that would pay $400, let alone $500. And the second reason is, it's just not going to be able to do that because of that price point. And I know I said that was my one. The second one is because developers are bottlenecked when it comes to building for a console, to developing a game for a console. It's been like that since the day of time when PCs were really getting fully going. They're 100 miles ahead Consoles aren't catching up to PC anytime. And I'm not here trying to be a PC elitist or whatever. All I'm doing is speaking maybe some stuff, some information, some truth to people that may not understand fully what they're even wanting. We're wanting PlayStation 5 to be 4K 60. We're wanting all these games to be 4K 60. Well, I understand you like Sony games. I like them too. I understand if you guys like Nintendo Switch games or you just play the games to have fun. But when I see all these people talking about, oh, I want 1080p 60 and everything, I've had that for a very long time in PC gaming. A lot of people want that on online multiplayer. If you can't guarantee 4K at least 60, consistent, online, don't even bother trying to do it. Don't even bother trying to hype up the game or playing it. It's worthless to play in 4K in anything under 60. I'm serious. A lot of people don't even realize that. They hype it up. You got YouTube channels out there that'll just hype up everything, say, oh, this is great, this is great. It's your choice, honestly. If you like to just, like me, I'm playing Tomb Raider at 4K 60, or excuse me, 4K 30. I can play it at 1080p 60 if I want, but it's a single player game. I'm not competing against anybody. So to me, 4K 30 on a single player game is fine. But if on a multiplayer game, if you can't guarantee me 60 frames without dropping to 40 or dropping to 35 or dropping to 53 or 50, because there is a little bit of a difference you guys can see when it drops. I mean, if it drops 3-4 frames, the naked eye ain't going to normally see that. But if it drops 10 to 20 frames, you're going to see the difference. And it's like people that I see, oh, we better get at least 4K 60. Well, then you better shell out $600-700 for a PS5 or an Xbox 2. Because that's what it would cost to get that every consistent. I mean, and here's the thing that you guys don't understand. Your TVs have latency and lag issues. So no matter what, if you try to play online, you ever play Fortnite on the Xbox One X or the PlayStation 4, or even the Switch, or on your TV, and you wonder how that guy shot you so quick or whatever. It's because he's using a mouse and a keyboard, and he's playing on a PC, and he's playing on a monitor that's refreshing way quicker, 240 hertz, I'm sure, G-Sync or FreeSync, whatever, and you're playing on a TV that has like a 5 or 6 millisecond delay, and he's playing on a 1 millisecond delay, and the keyboards you could program way better than the Elite controllers, okay? And when I see all these people wanting to know, oh man, that's so great. I don't think a lot of people have seen how beautiful certain games look on PC. I've said this before at E3. A lot of game developers will run the games on a PC engine so that you get excited and jacked and like, oh my god, that game looks insane. Well, that's because it's running on a PC. But then when you guys get the game, like everybody was trying to bring up Spider-Man, or people bring up Watch Dogs and all that, that's because it was running on a PC. People want to say, oh, they lied to us. No, I don't believe they did lie. I believe they ran it on a high-powered PC engine to get you guys excited to buy the game. And then they realized, oh, shit, the PlayStation 4 can't run this at this type of speed or this type of development. We're going to have to dummy it down so it can run on the PlayStation 4. To me, that's what they did. I understand people can get it on PC and it looks different. But what I'm trying to get at is a lot of people that talk about this stuff, and they want the best out of their game. I want the best out of my game. If I'm going for straight beauty and fucking unbelievable graphics and all that, if you want the best, then stop buying 3 different versions of Xbox or 2 or 3 different versions of PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox 360. Save your damn money and buy yourself a PC. That's like the #1 thing I can tell you. If you want to experience the best graphics, the best gameplay available, quit buying every gen console or every revision and buy a gaming PC. Buy you a 240 Pro Hertz monitor, register at G-Sync, buy you a high gaming keyboard and a mouse, and quit. I'm telling you right now. My PC's over the top. I've got a really badass PC, and I've said this in a lot of videos. But what I'm trying to get at is my monitor is Alienware 240 Pro Hertz G-Sync monitor that I ran. Okay, my mouse that I use is just a basic, I mean, it's not really a basic mouse. It's just a mouse, okay? It's a wired mouse. It's not wireless, obviously. My keyboard is a Blackweb I ain't got like a Razer or anything high powered or all that stuff. I ain't got a mechanical keyboard, or actually this is a little side of a mechanical one. But it's like, I'm not bragging what I have. I'm just saying, if you guys want to experience the best games possible and be in awe and be like, holy shit, this looks beautiful, and then learn to play. You can even hook up a remote to your PC if you want. Then don't buy every revision of a console expecting it to be better, because it's going to only be a little bit better. These consoles have always been held back because they have to meet a price range to sell consoles, and game developers are bottlenecking their games for the console because it's not capable of being opened to whatever your PC can handle. So I reiterate this, guys, and I don't want to sound like a broken record. A lot of people that want 4K 60 in the new gen console, stop. It won't happen in every game. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very, very hard to do in a lot of games because of the price range. And then the other thing I want to say, if you want to play true gaming at its full potential, where there's nothing bottlenecking it graphic-wise, there's no frame locks, or there's no, oh, this game's 30 frames, I'm not going to play it, or, oh, wow, this game's only this. If you want the best, then stop buying revision consoles, buy yourself a gaming graphics card. Hell, they're going to be on sale because the new RTX came out. So look for a 1080 GTX or a 1080 Ti, and they're going to be a lot cheaper. You could probably get one for $250 to $300. Build you a tower, build you a gaming PC, build you a rig, get you a monitor, get you a keyboard and mouse, or buy your controller, whatever, and experience that. Experience what it's like to play Witcher 3. Somebody said, oh, Witcher 3 looks awesome on the X. I played it on my PC. It made the X look like dog shit. I'm serious. People say, oh, well, we got Red Dead Redemption 2 and all this other shit. It'll eventually come to PC. Everything does. And I want to leave you guys with this. For everybody that wants these gaming consoles to push out so much, I would like to see consoles, rather than working on 4K 60, I'd rather consoles working on 1080p at 90 frames to 120 frames. Because then, at least 120. 1080p to 120 frames, and that's what I'm going to leave it at, because TVs right now are 120 hertz. So you can push out 120 frames if you have the right power and the stuff like that and the right cables and whatnot. So that's what I would want. Because when you compete online, like the people that play Fortnite, the big time people, and I'm not going to mention names, but you know who I'm talking about. They don't play at 4K. They don't. They play at 1080p, 240 pro hertz. G-Sync probably is the best. FreeSync is one under. And they play. That's how they play. They don't play at 4K. Any fighting games, any shooting games, it's 1080p, max settings, frame-wise, and that's it. And that is 100% a fact. That's what most people play at. 99% of the people play at. Most console gamers play at 1080p at 60 frames, online multiplayer shooters. Most people play at 4K at 30 frames, online console. Most people that play single-player online console or online PC games, but single-player mode like a Witcher 3 and whatnot, can play at 4K. Mine's a lower-end graphics card in the market on the 1080 GTX. There's a 1080i, and then there's the RTXs and whatnot that are coming. But mine can, like I said, can push hard. I'm pushing 90 frames, but I got to drop a lot of stuff. But there's a lot more better rigs out there than mine that can push it at 90 to 120 frames right now at 4K. So think about that before you guys keep saying, and there's people out there that are saying, oh, I want this. And I understand. Some people don't want to fiddle with all the updates and, you know, the graphics cards being updated every other day. But I want to inform you guys, if you want the best gaming experience possible, that's where you're going to get the best gaming experience possible. You won't get it on a console. If you want just fun and stuff like that, you can get... I'm not saying you can't get a gaming experience on a console. Let me rewind that. What I'm saying is, if you want to play a game that is not bottlenecked by any means and play it at the highest thing you can experience. So if you want to play the new Black Ops 4, if you want to play Battlefield 5 whenever it comes out. And if you want to play all these other games and you want to play them at 4K, 60, 70 frames, you can get a PC and it'll do it. It'll do it. And it'll look badass, but it'll do it. But most people aren't going to play at 4K 60 frames because they want the higher frames. So they're going to go to 1080p and they're going to go even more higher frames because they can get up to 240 frames. And it's like, it's even that much better when it comes to competing. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to say, guys. I don't want to sound like I'm harping on any of you. If you want to buy a PS5, that's fine. I'll buy a PS5 because I'm a game collector and I'm a console player as well. But I also, when I see all these people wanting the bare minimum, I'm just saying, quit wanting the bare minimum and want more from our developers. Quit wanting 4K 60 and want 1080p 120. Okay, if I want 4K, yeah, I want it 4K 60. Everybody does want that. But quit just wanting the bare minimum. Okay? Want something better. Want the games to be backwards compat. Want other stuff to come that's going to make the experience better. Okay? Some people that want to play consoles, you know, eventually keyboard and mouse. Try it out. People don't want to change because they're so used to being, I guess, shit on in a way by companies. And that's sad. And that's what we need to change in this gaming world. We need to come together and want more from our developers or our game creators or our platform of choice, whether it be Sony, Nintendo, or Xbox, guys. We should want better because they should be doing better. And I understand. If you want better now, and if you don't want to be, you know, pissed off by next gen, save your money, buy a PC, and you won't ever have to worry about being behind in a console. You'll be 10 years, 10 steps ahead, man. I'm telling you, it'll be way ahead of everybody. Everything's going PC gaming for a reason. And I'm not saying it will be like this in the next 10, 15 years. There's going to still be people that buy consoles. But you get my point. People are going to PC gaming because it's getting cheaper. And they're realizing that the games look even better. And it's more affordable. Over the long run, because I can build a PC like I built my PC, and I'm gonna shut the hell up after this, guys. I'm sorry to drag this on. I built my PC in 2016. Okay, it'll be better than the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox 2 when that gets dropped. Graphic powerfully right now, GTX 1080 will be. That's a fact. And if anybody wants to deny that, leave me in the comments and let me know how you think that. I'm serious. If you think that the next gen console is going to be more powerful, and that's what I'm saying, it'll be 2019, 2020, 4 years behind this. And everybody's like, oh, it looks so amazing. It looks so great. You could see that on a PC in 2016. That's what I'm saying, man. Mainstream media is selling us on console, 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 console. Build you a PC, get you a badass 240 Pro G-Sync monitor, spend $1,500. And then all them games that are coming, all them games that everybody's wanting to experience, you can experience the best way possible without having to pay a service, without having to pay and want all this other garbage that comes with it just to play a game. So anyway, guys, Gameover86 is always out. Stay safe. Take care of one another, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Enjoy your Wednesday, guys. I'll see you Friday. I love you very much. Peace.